Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Today we are making another soap in our fall market collection. Now, if you remember, we have already made the scent in the spice category. Now we are going to make the scent in the fresh category. This is called Wild Sage and Citron. It's a blend of herbal and a little bit of citrus fruit. It is very, again, fresh, very inviting. This smells like a good kitchen smell to me. And if that is your preferred fragrance category, this is the soap for you. I'm going to be doing 5 different colors in this soap. 2 of those colors are going to be just like a shade or 2 off. I wanted to do some yellow, I want some white, I want some green. Like, we'll see. I'm a little bit unsure about my ability to get the sage green color. In the past, typically what I would do is I would take chromium green oxide and add titanium dioxide, put that together, it gets a sage green. This time I'm trying to use some mint julep because I want it to be a little more blue. I don't know. You guys are going to experiment with me because I don't actually know if this is going to work. All right, we're gonna start by pouring our lye water solution into our oils. You do need lye water to make cold process soap, hot process soap, essentially any other soap besides melt and pour. None of the lye is present after the soap has gone through saponification. It gets used up and turned into soap, so nothing to be afraid of, but definitely something to protect your skin against if you're working with it. Awesome, that blend looks so good. Okay, let's get those 5 accent colors ready to go. Pour some into this container first. These containers do get stained over time, but they're literally $1.50 from the dollar store. The stains don't hurt your soap batter, and they last for years. I recommend these containers to literally everyone. Okay, let's get these colors into the containers before I forget where they belong. This is gonna be our darker yellow color, sort of representing the citrus smell. Then we have a lighter yellow to accompany it. Then we have our light green, a little bit of TD, and then our darker green. It's still not very dark, but darker. This is going to be an enjoyable color blend. I really love these colors. However, I think this dark green needs to just be a little bit darker. I want you to be able to tell a very big difference between those 2 colors. Okay, in real life, that looks like a bigger difference than it does on camera. All right, friends, let's start by blending this in by hand. Looks like this is an extremely well-behaved fragrance blend, which I'm happy to see. And then as I blend them up, I'm just gonna set them off to the side. I'm so excited to have a lovely sort of herbal smell. I have really missed fragrances like this, and since my garden has completely fried thanks to the Texas heat, I don't get to smell that as often. Next year, I want to do a whole flower field. One year I did a ton of flowers. I made a little side plot. It was like 1/4 of an acre, and I was able to give fresh bouquets to everyone who came and visited me. I used some of the 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝘐 that I grew on a cold process soap, so I got to give some to you guys as well. And I think it was so grounding to be in touch with nature enough. I don't know, it felt like I was working with the earth to accomplish something, and I kind of want to do that again. It was a ton of work though. It takes up so much time, especially when you live in the climate that I do. You know, I saw a creator who lives in the Nashville area, and I saw their garden, and they just threw stuff in the ground, and they're like, yeah, you know, I'll check on it back in a month. And it was flourishing, like they had fertilized it, even though they hadn't. They literally just put it in the ground, and then their climate was just so conducive to growing all those things. I try not to be jelly because we have to work so hard for literally every plant that survives past May. Hey everyone, I am super excited to tell you about Craftsy, my go-to online resource for all things creative. Whether you're into knitting, baking, quilting, or painting, any other craft, Craftsy has something for you. With Craftsy, I have learned how to perfect a pound cake, I have learned how to make a granny square, and I have gotten to practice urban sketching. And today I learned with Robin Miller in her class Fresh Produce Elevated. I'm always looking for unique ways to include fresh fruits and vegetables in my cooking. I am doing my best to clean out my refrigerator right now, and Robin provided some perfect recipes for using up those veggies. The lunch we made was in an Italian style, and I was able to sneak some red bell pepper and onions in there, and my kids loved it and they ate the whole thing and they didn't ask any questions about vegetables. Craftsy offers over 2,000 classes in loads of different categories, and they are constantly updating these categories with even more classes. Craftsy is also really big on community, so they have the ability to live stream certain classes where you can interact with the teacher and ask questions real time, and connect with fellow makers and share your creations. The first 1,000 Royal Court members to sign up for Craftsy can get Craftsy Premium for only $1.49 for a year. Yes, you heard that right, $1.49 for an entire year of Craftsy Premium. You can click the link in the video description now to start your creative journey with Craftsy. Thank you so much to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. Once again, the link to sign up for Craftsy Premium is in the description box below, and let's continue our soapy video. All right, I'm just gonna start pouring big globins. It does not have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if it's not for this type of design. I am not even going to pour like in straight lines. I'm gonna pour all over and we're just gonna see what we get. Hopefully, I end up with some things that look a little bit like marble. That's one of my favorite things to have happen. I'm kind of mimicking an in the pot swirl, but I'm doing it with more control over where everything is going. Because when you put it in the pot, you're kind of at the mercy of how thick your base batter is. When you do it this way, I can be more precise. If I see that there's a color missing in an area, I can go fill that area in a little bit more. But the tone here is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. And it's really nice to sort of break out of the I don't know, I don't want to say classic fall because I do have some other things in this collection that are more reminiscent of that, but certain people really don't like those smells. Like the fall fragrances all kind of fall into the spicy and gourmand category, and there's still a lot of people that just want fresh fragrances in their kitchen or refreshing scents in their bath. Not everyone wants vanilla, so this year, I'm really trying to cater to all the people and their each kind of individual fragrance needs. Like some people just really love florals all year round. They don't care if it's Christmas time. All right, last two. Look at those colors. Wow. Last sort of yellow here. Awesome. Okay, that's sort of flattened out a bit. Now I am going to scrape out these bowls and I'm going to make some stripes up and down. This is just for swirling. It will look so much better if I have some really long stripes. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be really straight. It's all getting swirled up anyway. All right, last two colors here. Really taking my time to make sure every bar gets some. I think y'all are just going to really love the swirl on this. All right, just want to shimmy that down a little bit. Look at this swirl. It's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. The smell is incredible. I may try to force gel on this one just so I get to keep the potency of those colors. I hear Lily in there talking with Caleb, and she's telling him about her birthday, which is coming up in September. Who knows what she's asking for? All right. gorgeous. I don't want to touch it too much. I feel like don't gild the lily, you know? But that is absolutely stunning. Man, I can't wait to see what that looks like after the cure. Okay, I am going to put a lid on this and we're going to let it sit for 18 to 24 hours. Then we'll come back and we will take a look at the inside after this quick commercial break. Look how vivid and beautiful those yellows turned out. Admittedly, they're still a little bit sticky, but that's okay. We're gonna cut through it and work with it so that we can take a look at the inside. Yes, look how beautiful this is. Absolutely love this. It's a wonderful representation of the fragrance notes involved. And isn't it funny, depending on where the soap has been poured, sometimes it can look super intricate like this. And some of the bars at the end are a lot more gloopy with little micro swirls. It really just depends on where the bar falls in the lineup. Whenever we asked you guys what your favorite fragrance categories were, a lot of y'all said fresh. And this, as a fresh scent, will not disappoint. It is so, so nice. Okay, let's cut one more because I saw this in our little green tray that we hold our soaps in and was like, ooh, this one's gonna be a good one. I can tell. Yeah, look at that. It literally looks like art. And the colors are just perfect. Absolutely nothing to be desired with this one. I can't wait to recreate it. Okay, question of the day. What's your favorite type of herb? Obviously, this soap has a wild sage smell in it, but I love tons of different herbs. The only herb that I don't like in cooking is coriander. Now, I like cilantro. It's the little ground coriander pods. I don't like that flavor, but I still love the smell of cilantro. I love the smell of thyme, sage, rosemary, and I want to know, what is your favorite herb smell? You don't have to answer what's your favorite herb taste. I know some people are like, soapy cilantro, Jean. Just smell. What's your favorite herb smell? This soap will be available with the rest of the autumn collection on September 5th. This is the first collection where I designed all of the fragrances after having done a fair amount of research and reading books about fragrance oil crafting and a whole bunch of like scent notes and science behind why certain smells pair well. And then I had my entire family smell all the fragrances, give me feedback on them. So I'm really, really proud of this. I feel like I'm getting to level up so late in my soap making journey. Like there's always new things to learn and there's always ways to improve. And I think y'all are going to be able to tell with these scents. They just smell super good. And I definitely couldn't have done it without my family. I literally had like 14 different people smell those scents and give me feedback. This is the most cohesive collection that I've done this year. I will also mention, since you've seen 2 of the soaps already, I am going to have accompanying products that are not just soap. So if you've been hankering for other body products that you want to be scented in this new kind of fall collective category, well, we gonna have some of those. I don't want to tell you what they are yet though, because I want to have them all packaged and like all the photography done on them. I hope y'all have an absolutely amazing week. Be sure you do something fun for yourself this week. I know what I'm doing fun for myself, which is taking a vacation. I'm gonna go for a week to 30A in Florida with my family, which also means that there will be a 1-week shipping delay. Don't worry, I will have that listed on the website. You will be able to see it before you check out that there is a 1-week shipping delay, and we will have the day that we will start shipping orders. I'm going to leave the website open, but all orders made from August 23rd to August 31st will start shipping on September 1st. And like I said, do something for you, whatever that happens to be, whether it's going to get some exercise on at the gym or going on a trip with your family. Whatever it is, just do something for you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.